Steve, a good weekend of boxing. Started off on Friday up in Newcastle, where we had 3 lads on the Channel 5 Wasserman show, and 3 good performances, mate.
It was a long day for us, wasn't it, really? So we was up there for the first fight at 6 o'clock, and then Adam was afloat and the last fight at 11:30, so I got home at 3:15 on Saturday morning, and then we went again Saturday night, so it was a good weekend, 3 out of 3 in Newcastle, and we'll talk about that now. And then we also had, I think, 8 out of 9, didn't we, on on Saturday, so debut for Travis Waters on
very good one as well.
The 6 o'clock, and you know, there was no messing about. He didn't edge his way into the fight, did he? Straight over and let his hands go, and a dominant 40-36 fight. And the only reason he wasn't a stoppage was how tough the kid was, and his recovery was unbelievable, you know, from being hurt and then going again, and we've seen that most of the night, didn't we?
We did, because Ben Marksby, who was on second in Newcastle, well, not second, but our second fighter on there. Phenomenal performance, mate. Phenomenal, wasn't it?
Do you know what? It was very exciting, and you know, he was boxing superbly, wasn't he? And in the second, he put some great combinations together, finishing on a couple of big shots. And the kid was knocked out, stood on his feet, but he come back and carried on trying. And to be honest with you, we've been winding Ben up a bit, hasn't he? Because he's not had the stoppages, and I think he then just got into, I'm going to get a stoppage, and even though it was a fantastic, exciting fight and he looked great, you know, he wasn't as good as he was in the early rounds, and you know, I'm taking half the responsibility on that for winding him up, saying he needs a stoppage. But no, it was a good performance, very exciting, and I'm really looking forward to where he's going then, because he had a long time out, so he's just taking it nice and easy. But he's 6-0 now, and a lot of people are starting to take interest in Ben, so
twice on Channel 5.
It's going to be a bit of a fun ride with him, isn't it?
Without a doubt. But I do feel the scorecards were really harsh, because if there was ever an argument for 60-54, that was it.
I didn't see the one he lost anyway, but
the one he shared.
Yeah. Oh, I thought was it
he lost one on shared one.
Fine. Lost one on shared one.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that was it.
Yeah.
And then I felt so sorry for Adam, because he thought he was going to be on very, very early. Then he thought he was going to be in between 3rd and 4th fight, and then there was another time. I think he got ready about 4 or 5 times, and eventually it was the last one on, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you know what? It's welcome to boxing, isn't it? You know, it's not a perfect sport, and there's ups and downs, and the other kid had to do the same thing, probably a little bit different for him, because
less pressure on him.
They're pretty cool. They're coming over, and they're picking the money up, and then they're going back home, and they've been on the flights and the plane, and you know, it's a bit of an holiday for them, isn't it? But you know, again, like we never said on Ben Marks, he's what a tough opponent, and he had a tough opponent. He slammed him, didn't he, for the first couple of rounds, and then the kid got back into it, and to be honest, he hurt. I'm not saying hurt as in badly hurt him, but he knew he'd been hit, didn't he, Adam, a couple of occasions, and you know, gritted his teeth, and you know, he said afterwards he felt a bit flat because he'd been hanging around for probably 7 hours. But listen, he showed that he's more than capable of being a good professional boxer, and that experience will do him the world of good.
Well, I know he enjoyed it anyway, but it was a tough night for him in the sense.
Tough night for us, wasn't it? On a pizza, and then a McDonald's at 1:30 in the morning. But hey, we all got home, and then we carried on with Saturdays, which again I was really pleased with. It was a good show.
It was a good show. I mean, we won't need to talk about. There was a little exhibition first off between 2 gym mates in Luke Vaughan and Central Area light heavyweight champion Mickey Ellison, which was always nice to see Mickey in the ring, wasn't it?
Yeah, listen, I don't like exhibitions, but I felt a bit sorry for Luke, because he'd been let down by an opponent, and listen, he was made up to do it, and the money's gone to a charity, so that's fine. But the first fight of the night, Marcus Tomlinson v Dale Adder-Smith, points win, which is what he was going to be with Dale, but Marcus looked like he's improving again after just a few fights. I don't think he had a great amateur career, so you know, he's
now Mr. 39-37, mate.
Is that what it is?
All 3 fights have been 39-37.
Right. And then the shock of the night with the only loser was Lerone Harrison and Carl Sampson, and Carl Sampson proved again what a good. It's hard to call him a journeyman. He's a danger man, isn't he, Carl?
Yeah.
And you know,
weak stoppage though.
Very poor stoppage, but you know, you've got to accept these things. You know, if you're talking before about bad referees, you do get them, and they're only human, aren't they? Have bad nights, and the guy had a bad night here, and on a couple of things as well. But that's by the by. You know, Carl was on top in that last round, and he decided to stop it personally. I think he should have let it go on. There's 45 seconds left. Lerone would have got that through. Now, whether he would have lost or drew or even won is debatable, but he's gone in it in hindsight now. It's over, and you know, there's bumps on every professional roles, and it's up to Lerone to learn from that and come back stronger, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Then Matthew Rennie, not been out for a while, but looked really good against our favourite Russian.
Yeah, Rustin gives everyone a little test, and they learn things, and again, he was always going to be a 40-36 for Matty, and it was. He's had a few upsets like all the boxers do, you know, they all think it's just them, but you know, he's had a few, and you know, like he was going to be on the Blackpool show, it's got cancelled because of the Queen, and
in the field, wasn't it?
Yeah. So he's had that long out. We decided just to bring him back with an easy one, and then he's going to get stepped up next time and looking for opportunities. Now he's 8-0. He's going to have to look at going on the TV and upsetting someone. So that's where it was, and then we come across Bain Cali, wasn't he? He had a fantastic debut. It was a really hard fight for his debut. You know, it's not one that ideally we'd have took, but there's not that many people about, and that Dimitri we've seen over here before, he's more than capable, but Bain handled him quite well.
You know, again though, the scorecard was strange for me, because I think the Estonian kid got a point deducted, yet it still ended up 39-37, so it would have been 39-38, and I thought it was quite a comfortable victory. I thought his jab was
listen, he boxed well, he did get caught, but you know, for his debut, as I say, it was a tough opponent, and he did really well with it,
and then we had Mr. Moorcroft against, he's an absolute animal, Surgeon Bomber.
Yeah, he's one solid kid, isn't he? You know, got no neck, big shoulders, and swings them. I mean, limited now with his age, because he was a good boxer, wasn't he? And he just wants to see it through, or maybe catch you with a big punch. And you know, wasn't one of the most exciting of fights, was it? But Moorcroft did what he had to do. Moorcroft did what he had to do, and you know, he's got to win, and he's not far off another big fight. We've just got to make sure it's the right one. We've had a couple of offers coming through, and you know, we're going to sit down and look at him, or he'll get one more on a VIP show, but you know, he's looking for big fights, and they're only around the corner for him.
Definitely. Also, a really impressive performance from the young Blackpool kid, Jacob Rowe, showing why he was such a good amateur.
Yeah, and it was nice to see him get proper stuck in right from the bell this time, wasn't it? You know, him and Fons were swinging, and he got him great with good check left up, put him over, he got up, and then he set about him, and the referee stops it. Now that's one where it was the same referee with Lerone, where you could turn around and say Lerone's 100% too early. That was debatable, and it's always better to be safe than sorry, and he probably would have got to Fons, but Fons has had 137 fights, you know, and he was still there.
I think it was 148 fight that last night, and he's been, you know, in his 136 losses or something, he's only been stopped 5 times, and I don't think he's ever been took out in the first round before.
Yeah, well listen, I'd have given him a bit more time myself, but he didn't do, and listen, I'm not complaining. I'm just making a comment on it.
Fons wasn't complaining either. He went to Andy, Jake's dad, and said like he can hit that kid.
Right, okay. Well, that's a good win for Jake, and it was only there. So if we can, we're going to try and get him back out on the Jolly Boys, and you know, get him another quick fight in. Again, he's been an unlucky kid like the others, where he's had a few injuries and pulled out, but. that's what I'm saying to all the kids when they come and see me. You know, it's not a smooth ride, and you've got to show persistence. And if you're going to be a champion, you know, you're going to have to put up with some bumps on the road. So Jack Murphy was the next one, and he
very impressive, mate.
He looked really well. Nearly stopped Spencer with a body shot in the last round. Put him over. Looked nice and smooth, didn't he, for his debut? He was very fluent, and you know, match him and that by him right, and I think we'll do all right. And they're both good ticket sellers as well. I mean, they always sell well on the debut, so we're interested to see what they do on the next one. But no, everything about their debuts were great, and you know, I'm glad John Spencer didn't get stopped, because we've got him on the Liverpool show on Saturday. We'd already lost Carl Sampson, who had 2 stitches and got 28 days, and then Fons, so it'd have been an hat-trick of people who were fighting next week, but we managed to fix that, and we'll speak about that tomorrow. The show, he's starting to take shape that now. Flatley shouldn't be doing 4-3s, but you know, he come off that lost to Nathan Heaney, which was an unfortunate situation over the classic events, and losing on points after 4 rounds, where the fight was just starting to get him warming up. But the madness behind this was just to get him a win in case we can get that opportunity, because you know, my personal thought is that, you know, we'd signed a rematch clause, and we'd have fought Nathan Heaney, because we'd had to do, if we won, he's won, but it was debatable, as you say, and let's be a man about it. Let's come back and have the fight that you was going to have then, and Flatley's had a win now, and we're ready to go again. So to Team Nathan Heaney, you know, do the honourable thing. We're waiting, and it's going to be a good fight, and it's what you need, Nathan, and it's what the public want to see as well. So let's get that fight done. And then the top of the bill, what a great fight that ended up being. Yeah, Jake James.
Perfect fight for Jake, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he's looking to get down to super lightweight. He's been fighting at welterweight, so we did that at 10-4, which he's done, and he's had a good tough 8 rounds. And when I say tough, they were tough. The kid took his past, he kept coming back. Walloped Jake with a few.
He broke his nose, you know.
Has he broke his nose?
No, he was badly bruised on the night. I think Lee White, one of the commentators, knows Jake really well. I think he said it was broken. Right.
Well, you know, he got hit with a few good body shots, but I was really pleased with Jake James's performance, because you know, he's had to come through a bit of adversity there, and he coped really well. I think he got his second win at the end of the 5th when it looked like he was tiring, but he had to fight for 8 rounds at 3-minute rounds at full pace, and some of his work was quality. You know, his uppercuts were fantastic.
Because he took out the Nicaraguan kid a few fights ago.
Yeah, so ended up great show, pleased with it, and you know, we've got 2 more now, haven't we? We've got Liverpool on Saturday, we've got the Jolly Boys on Sunday afterwards, and a bit of a rest before we come back. And 2023, we've already got 15 shows booked, so we're closing down.
February the 10th is the first one we've got booked in.
No, February 25th in Newcastle is the first one, mate.
Right,
yeah.
Okay.
Alright then, Lee.
Right, okay, I'll come and see you tomorrow, and hopefully we've got a few updates on the Liverpool
Yeah, we'll
show.
go through the Liverpool show and give a big up for Josh Warrington's show on the same night as well, mate. Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously it's a tough one for you, but I presume you're at Josh's.
Yeah, I'll be at Josh's, mate. Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow, mate.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.